Hi world, I'm Allie.
I'm Amy.
And we are Lostourneedles. Thank you guys for joining us today. It's been about 3 weeks since we've seen you guys, and yeah, life has been happening. What's been going on in your world, Mom?
Nothing much. Just stuff around the house, chasing away doves that keep trying to nest. Yeah.
You built a raised plant bed.
Yes, I bought a raised planting bed from Costco. It took me about 10 minutes to put together, and that was only because I kept putting the slats in upside down. And I'm gonna try and grow cantaloupe. I have a hard time finding cantaloupe I like in the store. It's never as sweet as what I grew up with. My mom had a huge garden growing up and she grew all that stuff, and I just miss cantaloupe being grown and picked when it's really ripe. So I'm gonna try, we'll see. It gets pretty hot down here. It's gonna take a lot of watering, but I'm gonna give it a whirl. Other than that, just, you know, going through the house, pitching and throwing, spring cleaning. My sister and her husband will be coming here for a visit in a couple weeks. So just wanna get things tidy. Getting excited to see them, and then we'll be, my sister and I will then go to Hawaii. Her son is stationed in the Army there, and so we're gonna go, well, he's got a tough job, but anyway, we're gonna go spend a week and try and spend some time with him, and maybe do some snorkeling and swimming in the ocean. So
Matches your new start for the
exactly, it goes along well with my start. So how about you? What's new with you?
School. My kids are 6 more class periods away from taking their A-push test, so that even though it's not me taking the test, I feel like the pressure of worrying and letting them down.
You do have a lot of pressure because you're the one teaching them. So,
and then some of you guys would have seen it on the story. We don't share a lot of personal stuff on our Instagram, but I did share a picture from prom, so it was really fun getting to see all the kids dressed up and having fun. And I've been working at our school since our first prom.
Really? Has it been that long already?
Yeah. And so every year the proms just get better and the kids have more fun. And I wish I could share the picture of one of the pictures I took with 2 of my students. Like, I love both these girls to death. And the picture's really cute, but whole student privacy thing. Yeah, so
that's okay.
Other than that, like stitching and school, and oh, I did a wine walk in downtown Phoenix. If you ever had, like, I don't know if your guys' cities do this, but Phoenix has a wine walk every April where like 20 some restaurants will open up, and for $5 you can do appetizers and like a sample of an appetizer and a sample of wine. Yeah. So everything from like Huss Brewing, all these downtown Phoenix restaurants do it. And so me and a friend did it. We do it every year, but me and my friend did it. Her husband wasn't able to make it. And so it was just a lot of fun. And we ended the night at, it's a restaurant called Compass, and it's kind of bougie, but we're like, let's just do it. We're gonna go get a drink. And so it rotates around.
It's at the very top of one of the taller buildings in the city, right?
Yeah, so it rotates around, and within like an hour you see the entire view. So if you go up at like sunset, which we did, 360 view, you can see the sunset setting over the mountains and shadows on the mountains, and it's just really cool.
That's my favorite time of day here.
So it's one of our favorite events in Phoenix. Yeah. So I got like a little charcuterie board that will probably end up being a finishing board at some point. Yeah, it is small. Sorry, sweetheart.
Her cat's here, so she was just rubbing up against my legs and I accidentally kicked her.
If I were to rotate, she would jump up over here.
But yeah, other than that, I had lunch with some relatives this week. Took them to the Olive Mill for lunch, and they enjoyed that. And
if you guys are ever in the Southeast Phoenix area, the Queen Creek Olive Mill is a cool place to go.
It is. So, and their olive mills and their balsamics are really, really good. That's
olive
pretty
oils.
Much all, what did I say?
Olive mills.
Their olive mills are really good too, but their olive oils are even better. And then their balsamics are really, really good. I mean, to the point where you could just almost drink them straight. They're so good. They've got really unique flavors too.
It's fun.
But yeah, so life has been good.
Yeah. 16 more days of school. Not that we're counting.
Starting to get warm here, regularly in the 90s now.
Which means pool time.
yeah, that's the bad side is it's heating up. The good side is so is the pool. And we've actually been swimming in the pool last week. Then we had kind of a cool snap and the temperature dropped a few degrees, which made it a little chilly. But by the end of the week, I think it'll be back up to at least floating weather, if not dunking weather.
I know where I'm going to be this weekend.
Yes. So anyway, that's about it.
What have you been stitching on? Let's start with new starts?
Yes, let's start with new starts. So I did a finish, so I'm allowed to start something new, and I'll show you the finish when we get to the finishes. But in the meantime, I finished so I can start.
Amy the monogamous stitcher?
Yes. Well, at least the biominous, I don't know.
The bigamous stitcher.
Anyway, the bigamous stitcher. Anyway, so I, Hands-On Design, came out with some charts she was having on Instagram. They've been out for many years, I think. But of course, since I'm just new, I'm just discovering it. They recharted them and changed a few things. And I absolutely fell in love with this. It's called The Wild Salt Air. Many of you probably even know it. But it's so beachy. And it says, I dream of the sea and the wild salt air, which is totally me. And I think it's the perfect thing to have for the summer out. Well, I could leave it around year round, but anyway, so I got started on this probably last week, I think. Yeah, I think last week. I have been working on it very long, and if I do say so myself, it's coming along quite nicely. It's almost done. I've just got the seaweed on the bottom and the bottom Smyrna crosses on the bottom.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
they look like crosses. Curls. I love it.
Yeah, so I've just got the seaweed and the bottom row of the Smyrna stitches. Smyrna. It's
like Smirnoff. We're just gonna go with it.
Yeah, anyway, so it's almost done. I absolutely love the colors in it. Not sure how I'll finish it, whether I'm gonna turn it into a pillow or a little sign or something. So if you guys have any ideas on how to finish it other than just a pillow, please let me know. So that's my new start. And then the lifelong project continues to be...
In the words of Joy from the Carolina Stitcher, McKay's going to inherit all her stitches.
Yes.
I think I'm going to be inheriting the stitch.
Oh, I hope not. I'd love to get it finished. But the Glendon Place Poltergeist Pirates, I've been working on that pretty good. And, oh, and before I forget, I'm doing all the called for this one. And
Is it on the called for fabric?
It's not on the called for fabric. The fabric that I'm using on it is what I had on hand. And it's just a 32 count Belfast light mocha linen. Nothing phenomenal, but all the colors show up beautifully and it looks like sand on there. And
I honestly love those like vintage country mochas, the light mochas. Yeah. I feel like there's like a white mocha that someone's using.
A white mocha?
Maybe. Oh. Maybe I'm hearing the word white and they're saying
or
light.
Light? Yes. Yeah, maybe. But it's a beautiful neutral color. It goes with everything and the colors show up beautifully on it. Anyway, so back to the Poltergeist Pirates. Again, called for fabric, called for floss and everything. But I am coming along quite nicely on it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you can see it.
Here, I got it. You can guide me.
There we go. Yeah. So I've got, you know, I think before I'd gotten kind of this part done, but I've got this done. I've started the whole mast. I'm beginning the sail on the bottom down here. And I just pretty much just work on this on the weekends, but I'm absolutely loving the way it's coming along. When I get this mast and the sail done, then I'll do all the back stitching because I don't want to do all the back stitching at the end. That gets tedious, monotonous, boring, and I go nutso. So I'm going to do section by section. But I absolutely love the way it's coming out and the way it looks on the background. It's just phenomenal.
I like your needle minder too.
Oh, yes. So that's what I've been working on. And you want me to do my finish now or?
No, I'll do my lips and then we can.
So
because we both have a finish.
I haven't worked on the, I haven't worked on the pumpkin, but I'm going to take it with me to Hawaii when my sister and I go, because it's an easy thing to carry along, you know, just 2 color threads. I know there'll be evenings when we're just kind of sitting around, so I'll have that to do, especially on the flight over and flight back, because again, it's a long flight.
It's becoming your vacation stitch.
Well, and that's okay. It makes it get something done on it, as long as I don't have to rip it all out. So tell me, show me what you're working on.
So the first one is Current Mood. I know, I love this. So, Current Mood was a cross-stitch pattern from the spring.
Just Cross-Stitch Magazine.
Just Cross-Stitch Magazine, not the spring. Yes, the spring. And then, so one of our viewers was commenting, and she's, oh my gosh, I remember, Fairy. Glitter Dove Fairy on our YouTube comment and said her and some others were doing a stitch along. And so I was like, okay, I want to join. So I've been doing the stitch along of Current Mood with, I didn't put all the people down. It's Stitchy Linda, who I just guessed did the model stitch.
Oh, really?
And then she's redoing it. And Stitching by the Shore, Glitter Dove Fairy, who's on Instagram, and several others have joined in. But we're all doing our own, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm really happy with how this is turning out.
When you say everybody's doing their own, mean your own style of it, your own colors?
Nobody's doing it as called for. I think Glitter Dove Fairy was one. She charted a dog in honor of her dog that recently passed away.
Okay.
And Stitching by the Shore, I keep wanting to say Laura, but I don't think that's it. Maybe it is. I'm sorry if it's not. She's doing like the colors to make it look like melted crayons.
Oh,
from,
that's
like,
right.
That project.
Yeah. Yes.
So I did this. I'm trying to make it look like a rainy day.
I'm not sure you can.
So I did Louisiana Hot Sauce from Weeks Dye Works as
trying to get the silver rain to show up because it's just stunning.
To bring out the umbrella, and then as I was stitching for the purse as well, which I'm really glad I did the purse.
Yes, that's a nice touch.
And then I did the black as called for, but I had to go darker on the gray because the white was just, the called for floss here was just too bright. And then it takes forever. I was telling Mom, I love how it looks, but it's not the most fun to stitch because this rain spiral right here took me an hour. I guess I'm just really slow.
No, it's just, and it's metallic thread too.
But
so
I love how the metallic, like the light is not doing it justice. But I think it's gonna look really pretty. I really want to frame this and put it on the shelves in my hallway. And
I really like the way that's turning out, Allie.
The fabric is a 32 count Belfast linen in blue spruce. So it definitely looks like a dark rainy day.
It does.
I love it.
It does.
I'm
it's beautiful.
So happy with it.
Even if you don't like stitching it, you're liking the way it's turning out.
Yes, I'm thrilled with how it's turning out. I finally got through tearing everything out over and over again. I think
you found your rhythm.
I think I've torn more stitches out of this project than all my other projects combined.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I don't think there's a single part of that project that I haven't had to tear out at least once, except the ring.
Welcome to the world of needlework.
So, I've been doing that and then taking a break on some others. I've also been stitching this All American by Primrose Cottage.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I guess I have the pattern here. I can pull it out, but so this is all the called for. This is like the vintage country mocha linen.
Whereas mine is the light mocha.
Yeah. So I'm getting pretty close. So this is the pattern right here. So I'm just finishing up the white, and then I just need to finish up the blue and the stars and stripes, and then the 1776.
You are getting close. Hopefully you'll have it done for Memorial Day.
That is my goal. Last couple days, the white down here at the bottom has been nice, just kind of filling it in.
Filling in is nice when you just don't have to count, think.
Yeah.
You just sit.
I'm really happy with this. I love Primrose Cottage. The more and more I'm seeing people do their like monthly minis.
Okay.
I kind of want to do the monthly minis.
All right.
And apparently they're coming out with one where they're doing a border that comes out on their website tomorrow.
To unite the whole thing?
Yeah, so you can just put it on like a 3x4 or 4x3 or whatever.
Okay.
So it's more of a bigger pattern. It's not the minis.
Okay.
I haven't decided if I want to do... I have like a small little dough bowl from Chantal 141. That's like, it's small, so it's going to need small things, so the minis might not be a bad idea.
The minis would probably be a good idea, and if nothing else, you'll be able to put them up on your shelves.
Yeah, I'm going to replace this Primrose Cottage with another Primrose Cottage. Like, it's all great.
Speaking of Chantal 141, I would love to do her retreat. My brain.
I want to go back
her
to
retreat
Michigan
one day. It's very close to where we lived for 28 years. And it would be a half-hour drive from where my best friend lives. And I would love to see her shop and do her retreat.
This year's already filled up, I think,
this year's already filled
Maybe
up.
for next year.
Yeah, but I'd love to do it. It'd give me another good excuse, not that I need an excuse, but to go back to Michigan, and I'd stay with Miss Lori. And
you go, I'm going with you.
Yeah, so anyway, and I love the stuff she offers in her shop, her wood products and stuff. They're really well done and fun to finish.
And then my last one, I actually just stitched on this yesterday when Julie asked about it. But you guys have seen this before if you followed our channel for a while, but over Christmas break, me and my friends all read Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. And I found a pattern, oh gosh, I didn't pull out my project card. On Etsy, it's Knit Stitches. There's my project card. But it's Fourth Wing, Tairn, and Andarna by Knit Stitches on Etsy. And so it's kind of the emblem of the Fourth Wing, like dragons. And so I changed out the yellow that it's called for and did this metallic gold floss, which I really like because the dragon is gold in the story.
So it's a dragon within a dragon. Yes,
because spoiler alert. So if you want to skip ahead like a minute, in the story, the main character, she doesn't just bond with one dragon, she bonds with two dragons, which is very unique for the dragon riders.
Okay.
And so this is the tattoo that essentially gets tattooed on her back as like her bond
with both of them.
Okay. Yeah. So people have come up with what that would look like. And so I finished filling in the wing over here yesterday, so you can kind of see like what it's going to look like.
That really looks good.
And then I actually got quite a bit of fill over here, which is why the like single column taking an hour, because I did the same a lot more in 1 hour.
Yeah.
So it's just coming along. It's on Caramel Macchiato, a 28 count Lugana from Fabrics by Stephanie. I was hoping it would look a little bit more like old paper. My sister, I'm making this for a friend. My sister has also requested it, but she wants me to do it on the Vintage Country Mocha.
Okay.
Because she thinks it looks more like old paper. So this is a project I'm probably going to be stitching 3 or 4 times for different people. So.
But they're going to love it. They'll absolutely
So I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I think it's really cute. It's just one I need to sit here and be okay with just fill.
Yeah.
So.
A night when you don't want to work your brain too hard.
Yeah. Or watching a movie that I haven't seen before or something.
Yeah.
So those have been my whips.
Well, for the first time in a while, I actually have a finish.
Me too.
Yay!
We finally get finishes.
We get a finish. So y'all know I've been working on the Sweet Wing Studio Forever in Peace. It is a finish. I was actually hoping it would be a full finish, but life and just haven't been able to, I'm still not absolutely sure what I want to do with it. But here it is, and I absolutely love it.
So pretty, Mom.
Forever in Peace, May You Wave. And it just looks really nice. My plan currently is one of these boxes. It's just a pressed wood. So I want to paint it kind of like a distressed white wood, and then put a piece of board in here covered with a fabric and then just mount this on the red. It's just a $3 box I found at Goodwill, and I'm just gonna paint it all over, and then put a red background in here, and then just put this in there. But I'm not totally sure. I'm afraid this might not. Anyway, so if you guys have any other ideas, because I'm always looking for some new creative way to finish a project, but I want to be able to display it in the house, and I have a little dough bowl with some, not just 4th of July, but Americana, red, white, and blue.
You could finish it similar to how I finished that like Grinch quote one, and like have it standing up. Yeah,
I could, but I want to do something a little more attention. Anyway, so if you guys have any ideas, but that's my finish, and hopefully the next time we film, I will have fully decided what to do with it and have gotten it done. So
yes and amen. Same with mine.
Yes.
So I have finished too. I like
so
busted my butt to get this one done. I was so close, I could taste it. So this is the Spring Quaker by Primrose Cottage. And so I feel like I did this one took me a lot longer, but so it's the called for floss, the blooming crocus. But I did it on the Forbidden Fiber Co. Lucky Lugana. So it's a 28 count Lugana. So like,
I know I say it every time you show it, but it's just a beautiful fabric, and the lilac and the minty green, spring green just look phenomenal together.
It turned out, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I was a little worried about it when I first started. I wasn't sure, like the first corner, I wasn't sure if I liked the colors together, but the more I did it,
it's beautiful,
honey. I wonder
honey.
if I used the back of the fabric. I don't know if there's a difference. I don't think so. Anyway, I'm really happy with it, so I'm probably going to turn it into a pillow.
Yes, I think you should.
And either put it on my shelves or in my dough bowl. But I love their little Quaker.
Their Quakers are really pretty.
I'm trying to find, I might use the linen, the blue spruce linen, but their winter Quaker. I know you and I talked about doing it on blue and then with white.
Yes.
Instead of white with blue.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah, that is my finish.
Okay. That's all that we have.
So now we just have haul. And we both have haul this time.
We both have a little bit of haul. We won't be taking forever to tell you what we've gotten, but so I know I've told you before because I've showed you before. I get the Farmer's Attic linen of the month, and this month is, I mean, every month I love, and this one is just incredible. I might steal it. It's called Lavender, and it is a beautiful lavender color, and I love lavender. It's probably one of my favorite scents. Every time there's a lavender farm within any distance from me.
We've driven 2 hours for a lavender farm before.
Yes, and in Michigan there were several, and I love to visit them. And in the morning I take a walk. I go 2.5, 3 miles every morning, and one of the houses I pass by has a huge lavender bush. It's at least 3.5 feet tall, and it's in massive bloom right now, which I didn't know. I think it's a traditional English lavender. It's not the Spanish lavender that grows here, but they must be able to water it enough. Anyway, it's huge, and it's just covered in bees, but it's just in full bloom right now. Not covered in bees, but anyway, every morning I walk by, I just grab and just run my hands over the stalks. And then for the next 2 minutes, just smell my hands, because I love the smell of lavender. It's so good for so much. It's good for mosquito bites. It's good for headaches. My husband used to get bad headaches, and whenever he'd feel them coming on, we'd go in and we'd get the essential oils and put them on his temples and right underneath his nose, and then he'd lay down and try and close his eyes. And within a half an hour, if we got it on early enough, it was pretty good for curing headaches. And I've used it when I was working labor and delivery. I would get every now and then a mom who's having a full-blown migraine headache, and trying to be in labor when you have a migraine, it's bad enough one or the other, but you combine the two, and it was just miserable. So I started keeping some lavender essential oil in there, and would put it again on the temples, the nose, and just, it wouldn't, you know, didn't take care of it, but at least it made it tolerable. And I just love lavender, and this is just a beautiful color. And then they are so sweet. They threw in a needle minder that's so pretty. I can't even, it's like I'm scared to use it because it's so pretty. It's like a beautiful cut fern of some type. But anyway, I just love that. And then Allie sent me a link. The Tiny Modernist is doing a Sweet Summer Sal. It's a 3-part mystery sal. So when you buy it, and it just, the way it described it, it was so summery, and there may or may not be a flamingo in there. And it just sounded right up my alley. I love summer, but more importantly, I love the beach and pool and anything to do with water.
Hawaii.
Yeah, you know, Florida, anything. Beach, water is my thing. So anyway, I took a chance and I signed up for their sal. And when you signed up for their 3-part mystery, you got the border right away. And then May 1st, June 1st, and July 1st, they release a separate pattern each of those 3 months. So you can do them individually, or you can do it in one big project. And I hope they don't mind, but I am going to show the first piece of it and the border. And it's just adorable. It's like an old 70s VW bug with the surfboard and the sun, and then just a palm tree. It just reeks summer and beach and stuff. And I'm just so excited to do it.
Are you going to do all 3 of them together like they have it there? Or are you going to do it separately?
I haven't really decided yet. It says Sweet Summer on it.
Oh, okay. You can't, I was like,
yeah, because the colors, yeah, it's a pale pink down here. It's a pale pink, which has letters in it, which don't really show up very well on the picture. But anyway, and they promised me flamingos, and I love pink flamingos. And anyway, so I'm really excited about that. So I bought the mystery sal or the mystery
what
pattern.
fabric are you going to do it on?
I haven't decided that. It's going to be probably very similar to my country, my light mocha. Maybe go a little lighter, but just the beach colors look so good on there.
Didn't you get like a boardwalk fabric from, I don't think it was the attic one, but right before you left for Australia, I remember opening up one that was blue and one that was like a tan beachy color.
I'll have to go through my fabrics again, yeah.
I think it was called Boardwalk.
Okay.
That might be really pretty for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it was just a little bit lighter.
What's the called for?
I tried looking for the called for fabric, but it was sold out everywhere.
Of course, that's because everyone wants to do this.
Yeah, well, I don't blame them. It's a cute pattern.
What's it called?
It was a Tiny Modernist. It's their own.
Oh,
it's like a dark stone or something.
I like the modeling.
Got a gray
if it shows
look to it. Yeah. And I may not get to it right away. So by the time I'm ready to start it, it may be back in stock. But right now, it was out at Fat Quarter. It was out at 1 2 3 Stitch.
It would be fun to look. Like, I really want to buy some Atomic Ranch fabric at some point. They might have a fun one to do for that.
They might.
I feel like a lot of, like, I've seen some Atomic Ranch ones that are really pretty.
They have some neat, and I need to go look at Stephanie's fabrics and see. But anyway, so that's pretty much what I've gotten. I also bought a Satsuma a Halloween pattern, but I forgot to bring it with me. It's kind of like a bell pull, but it's really bright. It's done on a black linen, and it's really bright colors, just really colorful and cheerful. So I'm going to probably try and do that for Halloween, get started on that.
I'll be curious to see what you think of black linen.
We'll see. Yep.
Okay.
And I did order a Lowry stand because I'm tired of holding my things in my lap, because I want to be able to, you know, push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. Anyway, so I've ordered one, and it'll be coming next week. It sits beside the chair. It's very simplistic. It's not a fancy, but it's a stand that you then can put over your chair, and you attach your pattern, your cross stitch to it. It has a clamp on it.
Okay.
So that you don't have to be holding your fabric or anything, and then you can just kind of get your hands working.
I feel like I've seen, it's like Mrs. Wollstone something, where she has a lot of the fancy ladies on Instagram. I feel like I'm always seeing her talking, like having something like that for her fancy pieces.
Yeah, and it has a Q corner, so it'll hold. It has a corner, so it'll hold the Q snap. That's going to be a while coming. Apparently, they're going fast, but so that'll be coming.
Sorry, guys. There's the cat tree right there, and
she just jumped up on it. I don't know if you guys can see her.
She's up there spying on us. So she just...
She's not sure what we're doing.
She just jumped up there and definitely...
hit the wall.
Hit the wall. So, all right.
Anyway, that's my loot. My stash, my stuff. Okay.
So, I have the Forbidden Fiber Co. Fabric of the Month. This will be actually my last Lugana. I actually switched over to linen because as much as I love Lugana, I'm thinking I like linen more. So, this is their 28 count Lugana. And it's putty, but it's just like a really nice, like, neutral.
It's a little mottled. The modeling isn't showing up.
Yeah, it's very faint. But even in person, like, it's a very faint modeling, but it's just like a really good neutral.
It's really pretty. It's almost got a pink undertone to it, a gray pink.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So I'm excited about that. I think I'm going to do the Patriotic Quaker from Primrose Cottage. I have that all ready to go. Thank you, Mom. You bought me all the flosses. But I figured that would be a good one for this.
Yeah.
I think it would look really pretty.
Well, you'll need to lay your flosses on there and see first. Yeah. I'd be a little worried. There's a lot of pink in there. And then we'll have to see. True.
And then, so there's been a lot of people stitching this. It was, the New England stitcher, Stephanie, did this for her birthday sal. So I've seen a lot of people stitching on this. But Strength and Dignity by the Proper Stitcher. I really like this one, and I have a plan. So,
that would look pretty on that. That would actually look really pretty on that.
Okay, well, there we go. Problem solved. But I think I'm going to stitch this 3 times.
Oh, yes.
I'm not necessarily the sponsor, but I'm one of the sponsors of Fellowship of Christian Athletes at my school. And I have a couple girls who are juniors that I've gotten really close to and kind of have mentored. And so they're all getting ready to graduate next year. And so I thought, I saw this and thought that this would be a really pretty, make it into a pillow like shown here, but then on the back, sew in a pocket and write like a prayer for them as they go into college.
I think that would be so sweet,
so something that they can take with them as kind of a reminder and a support, and like a little piece of Eastmark.
Well, and especially you. I know the girls really...
So I want to do it in their favorite colors. One girl's favorite color is pink, so I'll do it as called for. One is green, so I might still do the pink flowers because they have the green, but then do like a green backing on it. And then one is like blue or like navy. So do shades of blue for the flowers.
That would be pretty.
So I don't think it'll be that hard to do 3 of them, especially because I have a year. But it's something like I just saw and thought it would make a really cool like personalized gift. So
that would be a very sweet graduation gift.
We'll see if that works, but that's the plan. I have a year. And then the last thing, so Forbidden Fiber Co. like caught my attention really early when I got into stitching. And Leanne is, I told her this on Instagram once, I think she's my soul sister. Like what she posts for comments about books and all, like her stories are fantastic.
Yeah, it's just not fabric stitching.
Yeah, so they have a club. On top of the Fabric of the Month club, they have like a Novel Notions club where you can do yarn or cross stitch or like yarn in books or cross stitch in books. And so I haven't signed up for, I haven't done it monthly, but I've done almost every month so far. I've skipped like 1 month. But their new one for May came in. And so the theme was young adults. That's the genre of book. And so,
they don't tell you what the book is until you get it.
That's part of the mystery.
Okay.
So let's take it out of the packaging. So I think she designs these for like the book. But so this is the one that came in yesterday. And if you haven't opened your Novel Notions Club yet, sorry for the spoilers. But until you spread your wings, you'll have no idea how far you can fly. Which I also kind of like because the wings kind of remind me of like the bat wings of Akatar. If you know, you know.
So obsessed.
So that'll be fun. And so she sends you all the fabric and the flosses. And oh my goodness, the fabric that she sent.
She knocked it out of the park with the floss and the fabric on this one. So
this is a 32 count linen in Countess.
I love the name right away.
It's like a light blue with some like greenish, grayish modeling. It's like the modeling is super subtle, but it's just this beautiful like light blue. I don't know, I love it. And then to make it even better, we're gonna do the fancy floss twist.
I just love these flosses. Oh, don't twist them. Can't see them. There we go.
So like,
here.
Making a mess. Like just all these different like blues and grays, and quite frankly, it looks like the water.
And that's why I'm so attracted to them. Oh, they're just exquisite. Especially this one.
Yeah.
And this
so one. I haven't done much with the first one. I kind of got caught up on the border of the romance one that I started a couple months ago.
Oh gosh.
But I'm excited for this one. I think I'm gonna start with the phrase and then see if I do the border. But I like what you said. I think the border would be easier if I wasn't trying to like go around, if I just did a full border
in. One, it'll make it a stronger border.
Yeah, so I think that'll make it, and then, so, okay, and then the book.
Finish the story.
The other half.
Finish the story.
She picks a book for you to read. And so the romance one was Book Lover, which, speaking of, I want to give that book to you before you go because I think you'd like it.
Okay.
But so this one is Geekerella, and it's like a reader con. She's going to like a con event, and she meets like the actor who plays like one of her favorite things, and he just
Is this sort of like a Cinderella tale?
Okay. But for apparently geek, it's like a geek love story or something.
Okie dokie.
Part romance, part love letter to nerd culture, and all totally adorbs is part of the description.
That's like a word we used in college for sure. Like, oh my gosh, like so adorbs.
Whatever.
Yes, we were Valley Girl people. I was. Well, I wasn't, but we had a lot of Valley
I think
Girl.
It's fun having like especially because right now I've been all about the fantasy, but just like me and my sister and our friend have been doing like a lot of reading, and so I've been doing like I'll sit and listen to my audiobook while I stitch.
Audiobooks are good for that.
And so it's really nice because I can do both. So if I'm after school, if I'm not cross-stitching, I'm reading, and if I'm not cross-stitching, it's because I'm reading. Wait, I think I just said the same thing twice.
No.
If I'm not reading, I'm cross-stitching, and if I'm not cross-stitching, I'm reading.
Yeah.
I have been watching some Flosstube though. So a lot of times it's been stitching with Flosstube, especially on like the Saturdays. I have nothing going on. Well, like Saturday mornings are my Flosstube time because I can clean and hang out with all of you, and it's fun.
They're kind of nice for that, yes.
And then like I'll take a break and do some stitching and catch up on people, and so
excellent.
Yeah, been watching like I made a list. I got smart this time. With my dollar store calendar. One of these days, I'm going to add pictures and stickers like other people. I'm just not that cool. I use a highlighter. That's about it.
That's all right.
But like, so Carolina Stitchers, they're like the ones I go to the most. At least one of them. And then Tara from Sully Stitches. She was a new one for me.
Oh,
she was enjoyable. I watched the Museum Stitcher. She's fun because I want to meet her at some point because I think she's around my age. Okay. So another fun one.
She one that does a lot of traveling?
No, that's Cross Stitch the Globe.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I know one of their names is Allison. But Cross Stitch the Globe takes her, she's a travel photographer. And so she started turning her travel photos into cross stitch patterns.
Okay.
Museum Stitcher is, she did some traveling, like I think she helped, was it Liz Matthews?
Yes.
Nashville.
Yes.
And then Chris the Camping Stitcher, and the Floss Bossing Cousins, and 2 Needles Pulling Thread. I feel like there's a couple other I watched, but right now
I know, I love watching the Floss Bossing Cousins. They just crack me up.
Yeah.
I don't really, I keep meaning to watch them, but I've been so busy doing some organizing that my sister have music on most of the days. Yeah, we have music going on. I've been trying to, you know, I did a lot of paper crafting, card making, and I just hadn't been able to get into it for a couple of years, but I continued to buy stuff. So it had just built up into this huge pile in my room. So I've been trying to go through that, but getting them organized on the computer so that I don't, because I have to say this, I have bought duplicates, and because I didn't have a way of organizing to know if I had them or not without going through each file and taking forever. Anyway, so I've been going through, and the cool thing about organizing my stuff is it's kind of gotten me back in the mood to make a few cards. So I've actually started making a few cards, which feels good. And I've missed it. But in the meantime, I do have a few duplicates. So if anybody would be interested, would you guys be interested in maybe possibly winning a duplicate? Let me know in the comments if that's something you're interested in. Maybe the next time we'll do a giveaway.
And if you want, I'm trying to encourage her to show some of the cards she's making. So give her a shout out if you want to see her cards.
Oh, I did. I have one on my camera, on my phone.
We'll post a picture. I'll have her send it.
It's been kind of fun. There's some new products out that I'm really enjoying, like Waffle Flower Crafts does these postage stamp ones that are just a lot of fun. Anyway, there's so much neat stuff out there, and I'm just enjoying it, and I'm glad my heart is healing enough that I've been able to get back into it a little bit more. So
you guys are kind of, between you and your stamping and cross stitching, excuse me, and then Julie's cups. She continues to make these beautiful cups. Oh my goodness gracious.
I was supposed to bring one. She just made me another one. And I was going to bring it tonight. But we're filming at Allie's house, in case you notice the background looks different. This is kind of the painting that inspired her,
my current mood.
Current mood.
I have a couple by that painter.
Yeah, anyway. I was going to bring it but I forgot my water, and it's just absolutely exquisite. And she's just been in a tumbler making mood. At one point she had 5 that she was working on all at one time.
She did another cool one for you Fourth Wing fans, where my cousin liked her Basquiat one that we showed you guys last time. But she doesn't like silver. So my sister did a red one and made the lightning look realistic, and that was really cool. And she did a
one she did for my nephew, her cousin. He's really into Halloween and psychological thrillers, not cut 'em up kind of stuff, but play with the mind, haunted kind of.
Yeah, anything scary.
He's just a little dark. He's the
Love
best.
you, Ty.
He is the most wonderful man ever, but he goes a little dark for me. But it's all into the psychological way. A man who has been mentoring him, he had this mug made for this gentleman, and it's just turned out exquisite, and it's got fog and leaves and spook, and it's just, she's just been
Legend
doing
of Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, well,
maybe not.
Yeah, no, because you don't have any headless kind of thing. But anyway, it's just really spooky.
You got a crafty family, and I'm over here with my cross stitch.
We're just
I'm good at following patterns.
Yeah, we're just anyway. She's just been having a ball, but she's in the mood to do it, and school starts back up for her. She's starting in a new school district this year, so she has to go back sooner than normal. So she's trying to get all of her stuff done before she's
making herself a fall/Halloween cup.
Yes.
Now
yeah, and she's
May.
gonna make one for me too. We just have to get some of the mica powders and stuff that we need for it.
I still want either the composition or the pencil cup.
Well, she's been watching.
So anyway, I would send you guys to her Instagram, but she doesn't post all the time on her Instagram. But it's like JC Creations 23, or I'll tag her at the bottom for if and when she does post.
Just to see her stuff. She just doesn't sell them. Etsy is just inundated with people who make them, but she enjoys making them for friends and family. Yeah.
So anyway,
they're beautiful. Anyway,
I think that's everything.
And the only thing I get to look forward to is tomorrow I get to meet my newest great niece. She was born in
Super Bowl weekend.
And I'm just getting to meet her tomorrow. So I'm going to take lunch to her and her, well, she won't be eating it, but take lunch to her mama and get to meet Miss Amelia. So I'm really, really excited. Sorry.
Some of us have to work.
Yes. Some of us do not, because we paid our dues. Anyway, that's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to
a weekend.
No, last couple weekends have been busy with AP practice testing and stuff. So I'm excited to probably just sit by the pool for a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be heated up by then.
I think I'm gonna make more sourdough and just hang out. Poor Scarlett kind of got ignored this past weekend, and just stitch.
Yep, and stitch away.
So anyway,
all right.
Yeah, we're getting close to 3,000. We meant to do a giveaway. I could pause the video and I'll be right back. And we're back.
And we're back.
So a couple months ago, we had a lovely lady send us a Primrose Cottage that I really loved. And she sent us some extras she's basically said pass the stash and do it as a giveaway.
Yes.
And because we are going into summer, it is May 1st. We're going to give away this You Are My Sunshine by It's So Emma. It's adorable. I love it. It looks like your dream home, Mom. Maybe, especially if it was teal.
That's such a cute pattern.
So, if you are interested in this pattern, go ahead and comment sunshine or use sunshine in the comments because you are our sunshine. Your comments always bring sunshine into our lives.
It brings us a smile. Yes.
You guys are such wonderful company, and I just love starting to get to know you guys, and love to hear what you guys are stitching on, doing. Yes. How are you spending your spring?
Give us some ideas on how to finish some stuff we've been doing. I mean, seriously.
I love seeing someone, I can't remember her name and I'm so sorry. She shared how she did It's Just Spring Chalk Talk on the pale fabric and said, so I think I might do it on a different fabric. At this point, it's probably a next year thing. Yeah. But I really I might do summer or fall on the lighter ones. So anyway, sunshine.
Sunshine. Think about it.
Yeah. Thank you. We love all your support. Thank you for being here. We never thought we'd have anywhere close to this kind of support, and this is just fun. We're having a blast.
We are having a good time.
So thank you guys for making this such a wonderful community.
All right. We'll see you in about 3 weeks. Might be a little sooner than that with my sister coming. We might film sooner because we don't want to film when I have company.
When do you not have company?
Well, it's... Anyway, it is what it is. I love having company.
Bye, guys.
Especially good friends. Bye.